capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense very strong in the victory last week.
There's a little bit of lightning time with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling is that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's got room. And some nifty running here. Across midfield and down to the 47. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A quick throw out wide caught by Robinson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. And this throw will be intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Give better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Jones. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Jones. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Flush to his right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Hurts to throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
On any running play this called, they're always hoping it's going to bring big and go the distance. When you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. Down inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, those
have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball, the ones in the middle during the triple, right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Back to throw. Jones. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. Throwing is Hurts. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Thomas brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. A very solid gain of 27. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback or running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he shouldn't.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try to find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jones throwing on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And some space here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones looking deep downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick 6. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relation.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the ball.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington! For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, They have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard, where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a one-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing you always see on the rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge and dropping him behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go. Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. Let's face it, you can do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. This is Shepard on the catch. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Barkley inside handoff. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 77 yards rushing now for Barkley. It's a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job standing in the proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Got a man, Slayton. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll come out in the pistol. They get this out quickly to the left side. Touchdown! Daniel Bellinger, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants have taken a 4th quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gano the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Let's go now.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the Gibson.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So they were in field goal range, chance to go to overtime, got greedy going for the win. Do you think maybe on the sideline they felt compelled to go for that win?
Sometimes that's what happens because as a head coach, you have to take the pulse of your team. You have to know where you are and how they're feeling. And maybe he thought, we've got to win it right now. Overtime, we might not have anything left for that. So maybe that's why they went for it and pressed it.
Unfortunately, it backfired. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Up the middle with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll run it again with Barkley. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone.